My name is Valerius Hoss, Warden of Dark Mind Asylum. Welcome to Dark Mind Asylum. Within these walls, we contain individuals whose minds and abilities defy normal comprehension. Today, we examine 4 such subjects. You will hear their complete psychological profiles, past incidents, abilities, and containment measures. Listen carefully, for every detail matters. Cryptid Dossier 018. The Hide Behind. Name: The Hide Behind. Classification: Interdimensional Nocturnal Predator. Region: North American Wilderness, Pacific Northwest. Physical description: height when fully revealed, 7 to 8 feet. Extremely thin, limbs elongated far beyond human ratio. Skin resembles bark mixed with slick shadow, smooth in darkness but rough under bright light. No visible eyes. Face shifts and turns away from perception. Joints bend in unnatural directions. Spine arches dramatically like a climbing animal. When directly looked at, its shape collapses into a visual blind spot, appearing behind trees or even behind the observer. Behavior: stalks silently, never stepping on debris. Obsessed with the rule, unseen means unbound. Will not attack if the target is being watched by more than one person. Tracks victims for days. Displays almost ritualistic patience. Exhibits territorial patterns around deep old-growth forests. Abilities: perceptual displacement. Cannot be seen head-on. Instantly shifts behind cover. Anomalous silence. Movement emits zero sound. Spatial flickering. Brief micro-teleportation when unnoticed. Predatory lock. Once it selects a target, it stalks until capture or death. Weaknesses: overwhelmed by multiple observers. Becomes distantly visible in high-lumen floodlights. Cannot move when surrounded by mirrors, which confuse its orientation. Sightings and attacks: loggers disappearing near dusk. Campsites found with shredded tents but no bodies. Trails of claw-like scrapes spiraling around trees. Audio recordings: whispering static, crunching branches except none were made by it. Containment procedure: containment zone, reflection cylinder 12A. Completely enclosed mirrored cylinder. 360 degrees surveillance. Multiple synchronized observers. High-lumen perimeter floodlights. No single staff member may enter alone. The creature's ability is neutralized inside mirrored rooms because it cannot decide where the back-facing position is. Capture report: Operation Eyes Forward. A research team baited it by leaving a single person alone in the woods while hidden observers watched. When the hide-behind attempted to flank, tactical drones activated 14 floodlights, stunning its displacement field long enough for reinforced nets. Mirror-shielded operatives. A portable reflected enclosure. The creature shrieked at a frequency that shattered 3 cameras before being dragged into containment. Cryptid Dossier 019. The Wendigo. Name: The Wendigo. Classification: cannibalistic winter entity. Region: Northern Canada and U.S. border forests. Physical description: height: 8 to 12 feet. Emaciated body, ribs tearing through gray skin. Limbs too long, fingers ending in hooked claws. Head: skull-like, stag-esque shape but stretched. Mouth opens impossibly wide with needle teeth. Eyes glow in low light. Emits constant icy vapor. Muscle tissue seems frozen yet alive. Behavior: hunts only during blizzards, whiteouts, or deep winter nights. Mimics human voices to lure victims. Consumes victims entirely, bones powdered by jaw pressure. Has a territorial radius of 8 to 12 miles. Fixates on a target and abandons all other stimuli. Treats pain as irrelevant. Body barely reacts to injury. Abilities. Cryothermic aura. Temperature drops 30 degrees Fahrenheit within minutes. Superhuman speed across snow. Voice mimicry identical to real people. Regeneration, even from burnt flesh. Night tracking. Sees heat signatures through trees. Weaknesses. Heart encased in ice is fragile if fully thawed. Fire slows regeneration. Direct sunlight disorients briefly. Sightings and attacks. Missing hunters found stripped to bone. Cabins torn open from the roof downward. Radio chatter captured perfect mimicry of a missing man. Snow prints showing clawed biped sprinting at inhuman speed. Containment procedure. Containment zone. Cryo Vault MX-2. Heart removed and stored in thermal lock. Body encased in reinforced frost chamber. Temperature kept at -35 degrees Fahrenheit. UV lamps cycle 4 times daily. The body is inert but twitches during solstice cycles. Capture report. Operation Winter Silence. A task force lured it into a canyon during a blizzard using thermal decoys. Once inside, experimental flame arrays activated, slowing regeneration long enough for high-caliber cryo harpoons. Heart extraction specialists. Sub-Zero containment pod. Its final scream caused snow to avalanche for over a mile. Cryptid Dossier 020. The Snow Wraith. Name: Snow Wraith. Classification: Hyperaeriform Arctic Predator. Region: Remote tundra, frozen mountain ranges. Physical description: humanoid outline but semi-transparent. Constant drifting frost trails. Body appears carved from glacial ice, faceted like crystal. Face is a blank smooth mask except for faint glowing lines. Limbs elongated like drifting icicles. Sound resembles distant wind howling through caves. Under thermal imaging, the body registers colder than ambient air. Behavior: stays far from human settlements. Only attacks isolated travelers. Moves like vapor until solidifying mid-strike. Obsessively avoids heat sources. Hovers instead of walking, leaving no prints. Extremely territorial around cave systems and ice fissures. Abilities: phase shift form. Intangible when desired. Cryo drain. Siphons warmth from prey. Zero noise movement. No detectable footstep vibrations. Arctic camouflage. Practically invisible during snowstorms. Sonic shriek. Causes disorientation and frostbite. Weaknesses: direct heat weakens solid form. Cannot withstand enclosed spaces. Phase shift disrupted by high-frequency sound. Sightings and attacks. Explorers found flash frozen mid-step. Tents crystallized from inside. Drone footage capturing drifting humanoid silhouette. Cave walls coated with frost where bodies were discovered. Containment procedure. Containment zone. Blizzard chamber Omega 9. Constant sub-zero wind simulation. Temperature: -50 degrees Fahrenheit. Heat sources strictly forbidden. Anchor rod driven through center mass to stabilize form. High-frequency emitters keep it from dissipating. Capture report. Operation White Echo. A mountaineering team intentionally entered its territory with hidden heat coils. When the Wraith moved to attack, the coils ignited and forced it into solid form. During that moment, operators drove the anchor rod through its torso. It screamed, phased partially, then collapsed into containment nets soaked in liquid nitrogen. Dark Mind Asylum. Patient Dossier File 031. Patient 031. Revenant Wailer, the Wall Rider-like entity. Specimen designation: CV-01/The Night Scream. Classification: Human/biomechanical haunt. Status: Extremely hostile. Containment Protocol Omega Haunt. Wing: High-risk metahuman sector. Cell W9. Compiled by Warden Valerius Hoss. Origins and background. Original identity: unknown. Subject's human memories are almost completely fragmented, with only flashes of military testing, surgical experimentation, and shadowy corridors surviving in subconscious recall. History: thought to have been part of a clandestine military research program exploring biomechanical consciousness transfer. Multiple reports indicate the subject survived dozens of radical experiments combining cybernetic implants, neural grafting, and chemical catalysts designed to enhance predatory instincts. Trauma: long-term exposure to sensory deprivation chambers, electroshock therapy, and forced hunting simulations left the subject psychologically fractured, exhibiting hypervigilance and extreme predatory aggression. First containment failure occurred during transport to Dark Mind Asylum, where subject phased partially through reinforced transport hull, resulting in 17 personnel deaths. Prompted the immediate construction of Cell W9. 2. Physical description: height/weight: 6 feet 5 inches/210 pounds. Build: emaciated but muscular, sinewy, augmented with visible cybernetic grafts along shoulders, spine, and forearms. Eyes: milky gray, unblinking, emit low-level bioluminescence in darkness. Skin: ash gray, grafted fibers woven with cyber tendons. Hair: sparse, oily, matted. Unique features: partial phasing effect makes edges shimmer and distort. Retractable claw-like appendages extend from knuckles and elbows. 3. Behavior and psychology. Personality: highly reactive, almost pure predator instinct. Obsessive spatial awareness, constantly mapping territory. Displays intermittent docility following extreme outbursts. Habits: emitting ultrasonic low-frequency vocalizations to map environment or disrupt prey. Patterns of stalking: prefers narrow corridors and shadowed regions. Scratches and taps in repeated sequences, hypothesized as self-generated spatial mapping. Trauma indicators: acute stress under bright lights. Panic when environmental geometry is disturbed. 4. Abilities: phasic movement. Can partially pass through walls and barriers for up to 3 seconds. Precision improves in complete darkness. Screech disorientation: ultrasonic scream paralyzes targets within 10 m, causes severe nausea and temporary hallucinations. Superhuman strength and durability: able to tear reinforced doors and walls. Can lift 1 to 2 tons momentarily. Predatory instinct and intelligence: tactical hunting, ambush calculation, real-time problem solving during pursuit. V. Containment. Cell W9. Zero light environment. Reinforced polyceramic walls. Sonic dampeners installed to suppress ultrasonic activity. Staff interact through remote manipulators only. No line of sight permitted. Observation log: it moves like shadow given substance. One cannot see it directly. One only survives its passage. Geometry predicts its hunt. Never underestimate awareness. These 4 subjects and unique individuals represent only a fraction of what resides within Dark Mind Asylum. Each mind is a story. Each story is a warning. Each gift is a curse. Our observation continues. Our containment is absolute, and the unknown, ever present. These patients inhabit a world between fear and understanding, a delicate balance maintained by our observation and control. Here at Dark Mind Asylum, the extraordinary becomes documented, the dangerous becomes contained, and the mind, both human and beyond, remains under scrutiny. As new file episodes continue, you will witness the evolution of this reality, the layers of their ability, and the everlasting of continuity. Join us next time as we delve further into the darkness. All cryptids and patients captured by Dark Mind Asylum Cryptids Special Teams. Biological Anomalies Division. Special Cryptid Retrieval Task Force. Black Lantern Division.